Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to talk about overview of user defined functions or UDF and types. This is the first video from Snowflake user defined functions playlist. Overview of user defined functions, or you can call it UDF as simply. So user defined functions let you extend the system to perform operations that are not available through the built-in system defined functions provided by the Snowflake. So that means if there is any functionality that you are not going to achieve from the built-in functions like substr or regular expressions or to underscore number, to underscore date, timestamp, current user, like that, we do have a multiple system defined functions. Still you want your own defined function, your own logic, you want to implement your own logic as part of the functions. In that case, we can go for the our user defined functions. Snowflake currently supports two types of UDFs. Those are the SQL user defined functions and JavaScript user defined functions. So what is the SQL UDF? A SQL UDF evaluates an arbitrary SQL expression and returns either a scalar or tabular results. I will explain what is the difference between scalar or tabular results. A JavaScript UDF, which is a second type of user defined function, lets you use the JavaScript programming language to manipulate data and return either scalar or tabular results. So while defining the functions, if you want to use the iteration or control looping or control structures, so we can use the JavaScript programming language to define user defined functions. As I said that types of user defined functions, we have two types. One is the SQL, another one is the JavaScript. Now we will see the in detail in SQL. So a SQL UDF evaluates an arbitrary SQL expression and returns the results of an expression. The expressions can be a query expression. So the expression, you can call your function as part of your SQL query in form of expression. Through a non-tabular functions, a query expressions must be guaranteed to return at most one row containing a single value or column. That means your expression should return the at most only one row. That one row it should be a single, contains be a single column or value. The expressions defining a UDF can refer to input arguments of the function. So while defining the UDF, you can pass the arguments as an input. The UDF owner must have appropriate privileges on any database objects that the UDF access. That means inside your UDF function, if you are going to use any database objects like functions, views, secure views, sequences, etc., so that role should have the appropriate privileges so that UDF owner can access, UDF while executing the UDF can access those objects. Otherwise, we will get a insufficient privilege exception. A SQL UDF defining expressions can refer to other UDF functions. So you can call your UDF function from another UDF function also, though it cannot refer recursively to itself, either directly or through another function calling back to it. So there is a one restrictions where recursive functions, if you define any function with recursive, that recursive function cannot be called from another function. Okay, please note this one. I will explain what is the recursive function or recursive procedure in upcoming videos. The second type is the JavaScript user defined function or UDF. So JavaScript UDF allows you to manipulate the data using JavaScript programming language. If you want to use the JavaScript language as part of your user defined functions, because in Snowflake we don't have a if or loop control structures inside the SQL function or SQL stored procedure. In that case, if you want to do that, you can go for JavaScript programming language. JavaScript UDFs are created in the same way as SQL UDFs, but with the language parameter set to JavaScript. So that means while defining the user defined function, if you don't specify any language, default it's a SQL UDF. If you want to particularly create a user defined function with JavaScript, you have to pass the parameter language parameter as JavaScript. Similar to SQL UDFs, JavaScript UDFs can return either a scalar or a tabular result depending on how the UDF is defined. Now let me what is the scalar and what is the tabular result. By default, any UDF is a scalar, returning at most one row that consisting of single value or column, that is called the scalar. However, a UDF can also be defined to return a set of rows with one or more columns which can be accessed in the from class of a query. So see, generally SQL UDF are normal functions you can call as part of your query. It's okay. Whereas user defined functions calling from a from class, that is the one difference. And also a user defined table function, we can call it the, if you are going to tabular means user defined function. I will make a separate video how to create a user defined table function. But user defined function is defined by specifying a return type that contains the table keyword, okay, table keyword, and specify the names and types of the columns in the table results. So table results are like, how you are going to retrieve the data from the table. Similar way you can retrieve the table function with the keyword the table of, inside parenthesis you have to specify your user defined table function, along with you can specify input parameters also, whereas the table functions you cannot, normal table you cannot. That is the difference between scalar and tabular function. A JavaScript UDF defining expressions can refer recursively to itself but cannot refer to other user defined functions. If you have a, you can define a JavaScript functions recursively, but you cannot refer to the other user defined functions, that one. And please note that JavaScript UDFs have some requirements, usage details, and limitations that do not apply to the SQL UDFs. So we will discuss what are those restrictions in the upcoming videos. Yeah, that's all from as part of overview of user defined functions or UDF in Snowflake. Thank you for watching my video.